Whoa, what's up, y'all? Today is Synchronicity Sundays, and I felt it only right to tell you a recent story that just had happened. This past Artscape weekend, I just coming back in, and my voice is hoarse. I got a headache, man, all the things, man, but I want to be consistent with this thing. But I want to tell you the story that was in alignment just last night. So, I was feeling beat down a little bit because I had a sore throat, same type of ordeal because had back-to-back activations, as you know, as I shared with you in the previous video. And this is perfect for Synchronicity Sundays, man. I had we and my assistant and my longtime friend, we went to a restaurant, and we went to the restaurant. You know what I mean? We were there, and to show my appreciation, I wanted to make sure that I compensate uh, my assistant for looking out for me because Saturday was intense. It was so intense that one of the artists passed out because it was so many people and it was back to back, man. And if it was anybody like me, sometimes when you're engaged, you forget to drink, you forget to eat, and that can play a toll. Like right now, I'm going at my own pace, but I made sure I ate something before I got on here. But anyway, we are at the restaurant, and there's a bar connected to it and a club. And I went to go sneak and pay for the check. And as I was waiting to get my to pay for my check, I seen this guy at the bar, and he had like these monarch butterfly wing attachments. Like it was like a book bag, but they were huge. And I was like, "Yo, that's crazy, yo!" Like I'm literally working on a piece. I'm sorry, I literally worked on a piece that had include Javonte Tank Davis, and I put the monarch butterfly wings on his back because the monarch butterfly specifically is native to Baltimore. So after I paid for my check, or after I paid for the check, I went over there and I said, "Hey, look, man, this might sound kind of awkward, bro, but I want to let you know that, do you know anything about the monarch butterfly?" He was like, "No." I said, did you know that the monarch butterfly was a native butterfly? It's a native Baltimore butterfly. He said, "I didn't know that." I said, "Yeah, man, but I want to also show you something else." I said, "How ironic that I just came back from Artscape, and that's why I'm here. I'm celebrating, the first successful day, and I showed him the piece, and it had Javonte Tank Davis flipping in the air with the monarch butterfly wings. And I was explaining to him about the wings as far as you cannot touch. Well, they asked, it's suggested that you don't touch a butterfly wings. If you do, you gotta wear gloves because if you don't wear gloves, you run the risk of the butterfly scales being damaged because our hands are so oily that it can damage the butterfly wings. So on the art piece, it has Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin. And Coach Kenny, he has ironically he has gloves on. And I only digitized Javonte Tank Davis boxing shorts. I put monarch butterfly wings in the back, and I put tree camo onto Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin's tracksuits. So I'm showing them this piece, and I said, "I have this on display right now, Artscape. So for you to wear the same wings that I put on Javonte Tank Davis, that's amazing." He said, "Javonte?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's funny because that's my name." I said, "You are lying." He pulled out his badge, and he has the same name as Javonte Tank Davis. And if that's not alignment or synchronicity, I don't know what is. So many things like, oh my gosh, so many things were happening that I cannot even put it all into words because when you explain things and it's like it's spiritual, it's a type of energy that's drawn out of you. And I've already poured out my heart and my thoughts and my soul to meeting people and seeing people like back to back. I'm talking about in the thousands. So I'll save that for another day. But Artscape was great. I met a lot of people. I was slow to post because, man, like right now my head is ringing. I was able to do a workshop with Under Armour and DTLR with 1,500 tote bags that were, distributed to kids for them to paint on the tote bags. And I had a panel discussion and had to go back to Scout Art Fair to talk to the people, talk to the public. So right now I'm in a pace where I wanted to show up. I wanted to give you the story, but I'm drinking my tea and my head is ringing. So I know I'm going to sleep early tonight. They had an after party, but I was just like, nah, I might have to party myself to sleep. But I wanted to be consistent. I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Synchronicity Sundays. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.